What if I told you that one man in the Bible never experienced death? That long before Jesus rose from the dead, someone had already escaped the grave? His story is short, cryptic, and yet it echoes across centuries. His name is Enoch. In a world unraveling, Enoch walked a path so rare that God Himself intervened. Stay with us as we uncover the life of a man who walked with God and walked straight into eternity. Welcome to Echoes of Eden. You're watching Echoes of Eden, where we explore the ancient wisdom of Scripture, history, and the mysteries of human existence. If you enjoy biblical storytelling with deep meaning, subscribe and activate notifications. Part 1. Who was Enoch? Enoch is first mentioned in Genesis 5, buried within the genealogy from Adam to Noah. He is the great-grandfather of Noah and the father of Methuselah, the man who lived the longest recorded life in the Bible, 969 years. Yet Enoch only lived 365 years. Compared to others in the list, this is strikingly short. But it wasn't his age that mattered. It was his walk. Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Genesis 5:24. This phrase stands alone in the genealogy. Everyone else lived, had children, and died, but Enoch walked with God, a phrase so intimate it's only ever used of two people in the entire Bible, Enoch and Noah. Part 2. A life that pleased God. In the New Testament, Hebrews 11:5 gives us more insight. By faith, Enoch was taken up so that he should not see death, and he was not found because God had taken him. Now, before he was taken, he was commended as having pleased God. Enoch's life was defined by faith, not ritual, not sacrifice. Faith, a deep, conscious walk with the divine. At a time when the world was descending into chaos, when evil was multiplying before the great flood, Enoch stood apart. He walked with God, not ahead, not behind. Could this be the reason God took him? Part 3. The pattern of the righteous. Enoch's sudden disappearance is echoed later in Scripture through another prophet, Elijah. Like Enoch, Elijah did not die. Instead, a chariot of fire appeared, and he was taken into heaven in a whirlwind. 2 men, 2 lives, 2 disappearances. And both may be a foreshadowing of something even greater. The concept of the rapture in Christian theology borrows language from Enoch's story. Paul writes in 1 Thessalonians 4:17, "Then we who are alive, who are left, will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air." What happened to Enoch could be a pattern, a preview of God's ability to pull His people out of time and space. Part 4. The Book of Enoch and Jude's quotation. Though Enoch's story is brief in the Bible, an entire book exists under his name, the Book of Enoch. Though not part of the biblical canon for most Christian traditions, it was well known in the Second Temple period and even quoted in the New Testament. In Jude 1:14-15 we read, "Enoch, the 7th from Adam, prophesied, saying, Behold, the Lord comes with 10,000s of His holy ones to execute judgment on all." This is a near direct quote from one Enoch, a book filled with visions of heaven, fallen angels, judgment, and the coming of the Messiah. Some early church fathers respected the book, while others rejected its divine inspiration. Today, it remains apocryphal, outside the accepted canon, but fascinating. Could this book preserve oral traditions passed down from the antediluvian world? Or was it simply a later writing attributed to a legendary figure? Part 5. Enoch and the Mystery of Immortality. Enoch's story forces us to confront a deeper mystery. What is immortality? Is it simply not dying? Or is it being with God forever? In the Garden of Eden, man was created for eternal communion. Enoch appears as a whisper of that original design. He lived in a world rapidly forgetting God, a world racing toward judgment. And yet he lived a life so aligned with God, he didn't die, he was taken. In this sense, Enoch is both a memory of Eden and a preview of the future kingdom. Part 6. The Enochian Language and Occult Myths. Centuries after the biblical period, Enoch became central to some strange theories. In the 16th century, John Dee and Edward Kelly claimed to have received a mystical angelic language, the Enochian language, through visions and seances. They believed Enoch was the last human who understood the divine tongue spoken in Eden. This language became foundational in occult and magical traditions. But these claims lack historical and biblical grounding. They are not supported by Scripture. Still, they show how enduring and mysterious the name of Enoch has become. He is a figure who straddles both light and shadow, divine favor and human curiosity. Part 7. Symbolism in the Numbers. Some scholars have noted the symbolism in Enoch's lifespan, 365 years, a full solar year, a complete cycle. Was this symbolic of a life fully lived, a life in sync with divine order? While Genesis 5 is not written in poetic form, the number itself suggests wholeness. In contrast, his son Methuselah lived nearly 1,000 years, but did not walk with God in the same way. Longevity is not always legacy. Conclusion: the walk that echoes. In the end, Enoch's story is not about mysticism. It's not about ancient secrets or hidden languages. It's about relationship, intimacy with God, a daily walk, one step at a time. Enoch reminds us that holiness is not performance, it's presence, that even in a world drowning in wickedness, one man can still walk in step with eternity. His story is our invitation to walk, to please, to be known, and one day perhaps to be taken. Thank you for watching Echoes of Eden. If this resonated with your soul, subscribe and share it. There are echoes still to come.